Carpe Sus. Ben and I went hunting up in North Texas. We met at our usual rally point, drove about 40 yards to the first gate, looked out into the pasture, and there was a hog up on this hill. Ben's going to be getting video with his Super Hogster LRF at 3.5 native magnification. And he's going to be shooting a 223 again. And I'm going to be shooting a 6.5 Grendel with Druid Hill Armory loaded Hornady SST bullets loaded into Starline brass. And my optic we'll talk about later. So here we made advances on the hog. And now the hog, very graciously, is slowly working his way towards us. The wind isn't a problem at this point. And we're just waiting till he clears the ridge.
Park, then shoot.
Woo! 3, 2, 1.
The first 3 shots all connect. And I believe the 4th shot missed. But we got a boar down at 50 to 55 yards.
Boom.
Brass Catcher by Tactical Brass Recovery.
This boar came in at 180 pounds. Then for the next 2.5 hours or so we made circuits to other properties, coming back around to the very same field where we saw the previous boar. We saw this boar from the gate, could not recognize it as a boar. There were other cattle around it. It looked like it might be a small cow. Ben said, let's try down the road to the next property. We'll go right by it. We'll take a look and see. And Ben said, hey, that's a pig. So we got out. Ben went through the fence. And since I'm still on blood thinners and not wanting to deal with getting scratched up on a fence, I let him go and I watched him from the truck. So Ben finally has a clear shot and he's going to check his target, his backstop and beyond to make sure that there are no cattle in the distance. We've got one coyote over there. And everything else is terrain. Waiting for the hog to turn to be in the right position. Alright, here we go.
That was Brian in the background yelling, good kill.
Ben did alright coming away with the 160-pound boar for his solo kill. And if Ben were ever on Sesame Street, this is how he would teach his lesson. You have near and far. The 2 hogs were only about 90 yards apart. And again we have far on a boar on the next property just a few hundred yards away. And near. Now initially we just saw these 2 boars, but after we made about a 500-yard stalk down to them, we saw this sounder. Unfortunately the sounder is on the neighbor's property and we don't have access to it. So eventually my boar, which was the far boar, rejoined the sounder, and so we've only got Ben's boar left and we're watching it and watching the sounder, hoping that the sounder will come towards us. Only the boar makes its play heading back towards the sounder and heading right towards our position, so no chance for the sounder coming to us because we're going to shoot this boar.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
And there goes the sounder.
Running away.
And here we have the last hog of the night illuminated with my Wizard C2 Pro Max long range, and it turns out to be a 190-pound boar. Now about my optic, this was my first time using this optic. Something went wrong and all the files were glitched, so we can't use that video. I'm going to go back and see if it's something that's wrong with the optic itself, or if it's something I did, and if it's something I did, you'll see it again very soon. Carpe Sus, my friends.